In the hidden corridors of one of the UK's prisons, a quiet scandal was unfolding. A prison officer, trusted to uphold the law, found herself on the wrong side of it. Her partner in crime? An inmate with a criminal mind and a smooth tongue. Their tool of choice? Puzzle books, soaked in synthetic drugs. Their operation? Worth over £130,000. This is not a TV drama, it's real. This is the bizarre, unsettling story of Sophie Emms, the prison officer who went from guarding inmates to becoming one. Who is Sophie Emms? Before the scandal, Sophie Emms was barely known to the public. She was 29 years old, employed by HM Prison Wayland, a Category C men's prison in rural Norfolk. By all accounts, she kept a low profile. No criminal history, no warning signs, just a steady job in the prison system. But prison is its own world, a place where lines can blur very quickly. It's not uncommon for relationships to form between inmates and staff, many built on manipulation, vulnerability, or even coercion. Whether Sophie was a victim, a willing participant, or both, that's still a matter of debate. So how did she go from officer to drug smuggler? Enter Jediah Clarke, a convicted drug dealer serving time at Wayland Prison. Clever, persuasive, and already operating within the prison's underground economy. It's unclear exactly how Clarke and Emms began talking, but inside prison walls, secrecy is an art form. What is clear is that Clarke didn't just want a fling. He had a business plan, and he saw Sophie as the perfect inside link. According to investigators, Clarke and Emms formed a relationship that went far beyond personal. They began planning ways to smuggle spice and cannabis into the prison, but they didn't want to get caught. So Clarke came up with a method that was subtle, creative, and incredibly effective. Puzzle books. Innocent, right? Crosswords, Sudoku, brain teasers, but these weren't ordinary books. They were soaked in a powerful synthetic drug known as spice, then dried out and delivered to Clarke behind bars. Once inside, the pages were broken down and the drugs extracted, then sold to other inmates at a huge markup. Spice is no joke. It's unpredictable, often dangerous. Inmates under its influence have experienced hallucinations, violent episodes, and even organ failure. Prisons across the UK have struggled to contain its spread, and in Wayland, it was fueling chaos and profit. Authorities estimate the smuggling ring was worth over £130,000, and Emms, she made just £7,000. Not exactly a fair cut for a woman risking her freedom. The operation couldn't last forever. Prison staff grew suspicious. Intelligence reports mentioned Sophie's unusual behaviour and her contact with Clarke. Mail coming in and out was flagged. Surveillance began. Eventually, the puzzle books were intercepted and analysed. What looked like harmless paper turned out to be a chemical-laced delivery system. Emms was arrested, she didn't resist, and the investigation moved fast. In interviews, it's reported that she admitted to the smuggling, explaining that her relationship with Clarke had become more than professional. But the court didn't see the love story. They saw a breach of trust. In court, Sophie Emms pled guilty. The judge called her actions a serious breach of public trust and a threat to prison safety. She was sentenced to 2 years and 8 months in prison, but that's not where the controversy ends. A proceeds of crime hearing, a legal step used to recover illegal earnings, revealed something shocking. Despite being paid £7,000, Emms had only £48.50 to her name. And that's all she was ordered to repay. People were stunned. Had she spent the money? Hidden it? Was she truly exploited, or did she gamble everything for a tiny piece of a massive operation? We may never know. The story hit the headlines. prison officer jailed for smuggling drugs to lover read 1, 130k drug ring busted using puzzle books, said another. Online, the reactions were mixed. Some saw Emms as a victim of manipulation, a lonely woman who fell for the wrong person and was pulled into something she didn't fully understand. Others were harsher. She knew what she was doing. She was in a position of trust, no excuses. Regardless of the opinion, one thing was clear. The case had exposed vulnerabilities in the prison system and how easily rules can be broken from the inside. So what does this case really tell us? On one level, it's a shocking but isolated incident, but zoom out and it's a part of a larger pattern. Across the UK, prison systems are under strain, understaffed, underpaid, and overworked. Inmates, especially organised criminals, know just how to exploit that. Romantic relationships, blackmail, grooming, these are not rare stories, they're just rarely reported. Sophie Emms isn't the first officer to cross the line, and unless something changes, she won't be the last. So what do you think? Was Sophie Emms a willing criminal or a manipulated pawn? Should she have faced tougher penalties or did she pay the price? Let us know in the comments. And if this story shocked you, trust us, we're just getting started. Subscribe for more real crime cases, from the bizarre to the brutal and everything in between. This was the case of Sophie Emms and the puzzle book drug ring.